Very nice and spooky. Lots of interesting looking deplorables in the background here. So, of course, every Monday, looking at all the newest Rust Workshop skin submissions. Right now in the current Rust store, what do we have? We have the likes of the Road Angels hoodie and pants. But just a few hours ago, we have seen the likes of a very interesting collection continuation. We have the Road Angels, Road Sign gloves, and, of course, booties. So yes, even though the hoodie and pants are currently selling for an absurd price right about now, or rather, not absurd price, they're selling in absurd amounts, we have 26,600 subscribers. That's bare minimum sales. At least 26,600 individual people have bought these, and it's most likely due to the fact that they're selling at a cheap price of 99 cents. So fair enough. Also, it does look good. But the fact that it's selling so much looks to be a bit of a problem because, of course, I worry if it's actually going to retain its value. However, we've just seen those road sign gloves and, of course, the boots. That is a lovely continuation. Those hoodie and pants will appreciate it. You would expect a spike in demand and spike in price if we see them being accepted, well, with the next Rust store. That quick, yeah. Do you remember Overheat? Yeah. Started off with hoodie and pants. Literally the very next week, what do we see? Boots and gloves. What happened to the hoodie and pants? Went up to $4 a piece, didn't they? You might not see it go that high, but it will be better. Cool. Now, whilst we can kind of be a little bit optimistic for the likes of that now, I could also bring up that I'm not exactly wearing just that, am I? I'm wearing a certain something else. What's that on my head right here? Well, it happens to be the Biker Goth helmet. I might be wrong there, I'm just going to have to double check in a second. But this has had a pretty fun time these past couple days, simply due to the fact that we had a lot of very interesting motorbike themed skins being accepted. And you're sitting there saying, oh, well, is that like a secret skin or something? Kinda. It's been in the game for about 7 years, and yet maybe a lot of you didn't even realise that. It's a right helmet skin, and there's not many of them in circulation, and that is probably partly due to the reason why it's quite expensive now. And you'll probably look at me and thinking, what are you on about? What are you talking about? I've got a little focus for today's, we'll call it a video. Yeah, it's a video. So, will this retain its price? What is its price right now? It's currently sitting here apparently at $50. Yep. Now, I haven't really brought this up ever since the likes of the Rust rotation video and the 48-hour analysis. I thought maybe I should dedicate some time purely talking about it all by itself, because I know a few people have jumped in and invested into them, and they want to know what's likely going to happen next. So just to give you some context, that's what it looks like. Well, that's all you need. When you have a skin that's fairly old, that doesn't really have a home, no other skins with it, it will probably be forgotten, neglected. Now, this is actually already selling at a fairly high price. It's been pushing all the way up to about just short of $10, up to that point about a week or so ago. But of course, with all these motorbike themed skins, you could pair that up with it, and now it's sitting here at $50. Now, just because it's listed at $50 doesn't necessarily mean it's worth that price. So, Biker Goth helmet, we have to question now, whilst you do have more buy orders, whilst you do have a lot more support, is it always going to end up sticking around this price? And I kind of lean towards no, more specifically, like this might just be a peak, but I do expect it to be at a higher price from here and now, especially compared to what it was before, about $9 to $10. So, let me explain myself. This isn't unique. This whole behaviour, it's kind of happened before. I have two good instances. I was reminded of another one a little bit earlier, but with what we see here, kind of has happened before. So just to give you some context, this was submitted and accepted back in early 2017, sold for $1.49. Now, apparently, it only had 78 subscribers, aka only 78 individual people went and bought this. But many of these could still be acquired with the likes of loot boxes and whatnot. We have seen something like this happen before, where this is where I want to bring up the likes of the Templar Facemask, all right? So Templar, this was accepted back in 2018, yep, early 2018, so not as old, but still fairly old. It's still 6 years old. But you can probably instantly notice something that's all along to the side here. That isn't part of its collection, that's actually all by itself. But in late 2011, a pair of hoodie and pants appeared. And this is where we talk about the history of this. This also happened to have a very interesting spike in demand, spike in price. Same thing. It didn't necessarily have a home. It didn't have any other skins to pair it up with. But, as I said, late 2011. Scroll, 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 scroll. Lifetime history. Look at that. Look at that. So what do you reckon happened on, I don't know, October 16th, 2021? Well, I did kind of give you the indication right there. That was accepted. People instantly put turn to Knights Templar. Templar? Well, hang on a minute. Oh, I could buy that and pair it with the likes of that, and I'd look cool, and I could be a Templar Knight and whatnot. Alright, so you get the idea. Loads of people suddenly realised, oh, there's some skins in relation to this. I guess we could probably buy it and use it and appreciate it. And it went from about $4, shot all the way up to about $40. Yes, it had a lot of sales and it pushed up to a very nice high price. But as you can see, it didn't last forever. That hype moment only lasted for a few days, then it gradually went down. It did a fairly decent job of staying at a higher price, but as time went on, it did go down, 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 and now it sits at around the same price it sold for back when, obviously just before that spike happened. So there was interest in it. There was nice things. But what also happened was, of course, you can clearly see it, the full collection of this Knights Templar collection got finished. We had another Facemask. So kind of had competition, kind of lost, a lot of its interest, and yeah, it did go down a fair bit. Do you honestly believe that the likes of the people behind the Road Angels collection, because it's technically a collection now, do you reckon they're going to make a riot helmet and make it look somewhat similar to the likes of this? I don't think so. I think they'll be pushing for tier 3 or tier 2 armor and whatnot. Okay, so that's a little bit of positivity, but there's another thing that we need to be aware of. I made a big fuss pointing out that this only had 78 subscribers. Going back over to the likes of here, this is the actual page on SCMM.app for the Templar Facemask. This happened to have 5,000 plus subscribers. That's a lot more, okay? That's a lot more. But that also meant there's a lot more of these that could be put on the Steam market. Right now, there's 48. When I go over to here to likes this right helmet, there's only 6. I thought it was 7. What happened? Oh, no. Okay, cool. So we got the point across. There's a lot less of these in circulation. It's seemingly a lot less likely that this can easily just have a lot more skins being put down. And, of course, it also means that this very likely will be doing a better job of retaining these higher prices, because it's not like people are going to be competing with each other that much. People trying to sell these skins for a high price, not that many of them will be competing with each other. So, okay, that's another positive thing to be aware of. But I do still lean into the idea of, okay, whilst it's listed at $50 right now, I think this potentially is its peak. Much like what we saw with the Templar. It was high at one point, but after a while, then it dropped down again. Like, do you reckon we're going to constantly see motorbike theme skins being accepted for the rest of this year? I doubt it. Especially for the July Force Wipe update, because, of course, the introduction of bikes and motorbikes and whatnot, that made sense. But having talked about this already in likes of my Rust Rotation video and whatnot, it's nice to see it now. Will we even see continuations actually being accepted from here and now? That's debatable. We don't know. And if it turns out that no, we do not see any more motorbike theme skins being accepted from here now, maybe this does lose interest. But I don't assume it will just dramatically go all the way down. No. With all the barter support it currently has, maybe it comfortably sits around $30 for a while, then probably slowly goes down to about 20. But I am under the impression that it probably will now be sitting at around $20 for the foreseeable future. Double the price it was about a week and a half ago. But yeah, it got elevated, I guess you could say. And as I said, I do not expect a ton of people to be making listings, and I do not expect it to dramatically drop. So if you happen to own some of these, and I know a lot of you do, because I was well aware that many people jumped onto the likes of third-party sites and completely cleaned it out. There's nothing there. There's nothing out there left. You're probably thinking about what to do next. I'm sitting here saying it could potentially keep rising. Someone's got to keep wanting to buy these at high prices. Yeah, and as I said, there's only so many to go around. All the better for it to potentially rise up in price. But there will be a point where it just simply can't go any higher. Anyway, there was another thing I could bring up. Do you remember the likes of the container doors? Do you remember when we got the introduction of the shipping container sheepman door building skin? Well, we had a lot of random skins in the past that were called container doors and whatnot. namely the green armoured door right here, the green armoured container door, I should clarify. This was also accepted in fairly early 2017. There's apparently only, there's not even a subscriber, 140 subscribers. Okay, that's still fairly low. Not as low as compared to the likes of the Biker Goth helmet, but low. And if we were to look at it right now, it's currently sitting here at $6. And if I could go back to the past, what do we see right there? Well, that just happened to be the introduction of the shipping container building skin. Point made. A year ago, that was introduced to the game. Lots of people liked it. Lots of people noticed that there were a lot of doors that were in reference to shipping containers and whatnot, namely this armored door. Just before that update came out with that brand new DLC, it was selling for about $1.50. On the day of the update, oh yeah, you know, it just went all the way up to about $20. But here's the thing. After a while, did we see any more shipping container theme stuff being added, accepted after that? Not really, no. So it does gradually drop off. It did go down pretty low at one point. It went back up again. It's now at a new elevated level. Before, $1.50, now $6. And it's been very stable like that for a very long time. Not that many listings. You're not seeing many people competing with each other that much. It's been fine, it's been stable, and this is the type of behaviour I would expect now for likes of this Biker Goth helmet. But we're still in that period of time where everybody's jumped in and tried to grab all of these from the likes of the third-party sites and whatnot. So, what do you reckon now? Do you reckon that's going to potentially go up even higher still? Do you reckon it's just going to be fairly stable but gradually go down? Or do you reckon it will drop off quite a fair bit but then end up maybe around half its current price? So maybe it end up around $25. I don't fully know, but I wanted to bring this up and bring this attention to you. I can't speak English apparently anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, an interesting little tidbit, something that we are all now aware of, so go forth if you really like it. It's $50. It does pair up quite nicely though. Get a good look at that. Oh, are we frozen a bit? I was talking so much that, oh, there we go. Oh. I stalled it. But yeah, looks nice. Pretty cool looking set that we got so far. Have you been appreciating the update? Have you been enjoying it? Do you reckon we could still see some more interesting skins for the likes of motorbike themed, items, I guess, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm kind of lost with words now. So I've had my yapping session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the likes of these potential continuations and whatnot. Every Monday we look at all the newest batch of skins being submitted to the workshop, and yeah, I like to show them off to people. Don't forget the fish fridge over there. Don't worry, it's not a void, it's his mouth. He's very hungry. A very hungry fishy indeed. So yeah, thank you once again for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Keeping you all informed with the likes of silly things going on the Rust Steam market. My name is Hedge, and I hope you have a lovely week. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.